In this video, we're going to integrate Slack and WordPress to give you a really easy way to receive notifications for actions that happen on your WordPress site. Hey, I'm Ryan from WP Beginner, and the first thing we're going to do is install a fantastic plugin on our site called Uncanny Automator, which allows you to set up automations between sites, plugins, and apps. We'll then connect Uncanny Automator with Slack and set up an automation recipe to show the kind of workflows we can create. So let's log into our WordPress site and get started. To install Uncanny Automator, we're going to do this just like we do with any other plugin. We're going to head over to Plugins, hover over that, and then click on Add New. Now we're on this screen for the WordPress directory. All we're going to do is search for Uncanny Automator. So to do that, we're going to head over to the search bar at the top right and just type in Uncanny. And this is the plugin here that we're going to install, so click on the Install Now button. Now that the plugin's installed, this button's now turned to an Activate button, and just click on that. And here we can see that the plugin's been installed and activated. Now we can head over to Automator on the left hand side here, click on that. This is the Uncanny Automator dashboard, and as you can see, there's some really great information here to help you learn how to use Uncanny Automator. One thing I want to draw your attention to is this offer up here, which is basically if you set up a free account with Uncanny Automator, you get 1,000 free credits to use with third-party integrations like Slack, Google Sheets, Facebook, and more. I highly recommend that you take this up and test out the different integrations that you can use with your site through Uncanny Automator. For this video though, what I want to do is connect Uncanny Automator to Slack, but use Uncanny Automator to send notifications once a blog post has been updated, and for that we need to upgrade to the Pro version of Uncanny Automator. To do that, all we need to do is head over to Settings, click on that, and then click on the Get Uncanny Automator Pro button. That's going to open up the website in a new tab. And once you're on the Uncanny Automator website, you'll see that there's 3 plans that you can go for here. Sign up for a plan, and then once you've signed up, log into the site. Once you've logged into your Uncanny Automator account, what you need to do from here is head to the download section and then click on the download for your Pro version of Uncanny Automator. Now that's downloaded, head back over to the WordPress dashboard. And what we're going to do from here is upload the Pro version of Uncanny Automator and install that on the site. So to do that, we're going to head over to Plugins, hover over that and click on Add New. Then head up to the Upload Plugin button at the top here. Click on that. Now we're going to choose the file that we just downloaded. Once we've chosen the file, we can click on Install Now. Once the plugin's been installed, you can click on the Activate Plugin button here. And here we can see Uncanny Automator has been installed on the site. The next thing we need to do is activate the plugin, so click on the little link here. Now on this screen, what it's asking for here is our license key from our Automator account. So what we can do is click on the link here, and that should open up our account in a new tab. And if you're already logged in, you'll come straight to the licenses page, but if it's not, you'll have to log in and then find the licenses page right here. Click on that. Now these are our licenses for Uncanny Automator and Uncanny Automator Pro licenses right here. I'm just going to highlight it and copy it. And now I'm going to head back over to the WordPress dashboard, and here I'm just going to paste my license key. Once I've pasted my license key, I'm just going to come down to the Activate License button down here, click on that, and here we have a success message just to let us know that the license is active. And now we can go ahead and use Uncanny Automator Pro and set up all our recipes and integrations that we need. Now let's connect Uncanny Automator to Slack. For that, you'll need a Slack account. If you don't have one, then there's a link in the description to sign up below. Once you've done that, log into your WordPress site. To connect Uncanny Automator and Slack, it's quite an easy process to follow. So all we need to do is head over to Automator here on the left, hover over that, and then head down to Settings. Once we're on the settings screen, just go to the Premium Integrations tab up here, click on that, and then head down the list and you'll be able to see the Slack integration here. Just click on that. This gives you a little bit of information about the Slack integration with Uncanny Automator, kind of actions that you can create in the recipes. All we need to do from here is just click this button at the bottom of the screen to connect to our Slack workspace. On this screen, all we need to do is give Uncanny Automator permission to access our Slack workspace. So I'm going to click the Allow button here. Now we get another success message to show that we've been connected to our Slack workspace. And there's a couple of options here. What we can do is change the name and the icon of the Uncanny Automator app that we see in our Slack workspace. So if you want to do that, just add in a name and an icon right there. What I'm going to do now is hop over to Slack and continue setting up the app over there. Now this is my demo Slack workspace for this video, and the easiest way to see if Uncanny Automator is connected to Slack is to head over to the app section here on the left of the screen, and then we can see the Uncanny Automator app right here. Now to connect this app to a channel, all we need to do is click on it, head up here to the drop down and click on that. And here we can see there's an option to add this app to our channel. Now I've previously created a channel specifically for site notifications. You can do the same, or you can connect it to any channel that you want. Select the channel from the drop down here. Now that we've added the app to the channel, we can close the pop-up. And what Uncanny Automator will do now is broadcast any messages in the demo site notifications channel here that I've selected. Now we will look at setting up an automation or workflow. In this video, we'll create a recipe where WordPress will send a notification to a Slack channel when a blog post editor updates a post on the website. To set up an automation or recipe with Uncanny Automator, all we need to do is head over to Automator over here on the left, hover over that and click on Add New. And that takes us to the recipe editor screen, and the first thing that we have to do is select the type of recipe that we want to create. And depending on the options that we select, we'll see different triggers and actions based on that. The two options that we have are that we can create a recipe for a logged in user, or we can create a recipe for everybody that accesses the site, whether they're logged in users or site visitors. For this example, because my trigger is going to be when a blog post is updated, I'm going to choose the logged in user option and click confirm on the button here. Next, I'm going to give this recipe a title. The next thing to select here is the trigger part of this automation or recipe. And what a trigger is an event that takes place that then sets in motion the different actions that you select after the trigger. For this video, I'm going to select the WordPress integration as a trigger, and I'm going to search for the trigger update. As you can see, the top one right here is a user updates a post, and that's exactly the trigger that I want for this recipe. I'm going to click on that. Now we get two more options here. We can choose the post type and a specific post if we want to. I'm going to change the post type just to post because I don't want anything else to trigger this integration, and I'm going to leave it with any post so that any post that gets updated on the site, we will get a notification message in Slack. Let's save that. Once that's saved, we can see that the trigger is live, and we can add other triggers to this recipe and be very specific if we want to. I'm not going to do that in this video, so I'm going to move on to the next stage, which is to choose my action. Now when you choose an action, it's the action that you want to happen after the trigger event has happened. So for my one, I want Uncanny Automator to send a message to the Slack channel that I chose earlier in the video. So I'm going to click on Add Action. And as you can see, we've got a lot of different integrations that we can choose from here, but we've only got a few that we've actually got connected. If you head over here, we can see the Slack integration that we connected earlier on in the video. So I'm going to click on that. And once we've chosen Slack, we can see there's a few different options here for our actions. And the one that I want is to send a message to channel action here. Now that we've chosen that, we get a couple more options here. We can choose the Slack channel that we want to send the message to. And it does tell you here to make sure that the bot is added to the selected channel. We've already done that, so we can do that right here. Our next option here is to write out the message that we want to send to our Slack channel. For this message, I want to add in the blog post name and the user that updated the blog post in this message. To do that, you just have to head over to the button here on the right and then head down to this drop down here. Click on that. And here we can see we can add the post title, the post ID, the post URL. I'm going to add the post title here. So now I've got a message, this post title was updated by, and I'm going to select the user. So go back over to this button here on the right, click on that, then click on the common drop downs, and we can see there's the user ID, the user username, the user first name, or the user last name. I'm just going to use the user username right here. Once I've done that, I'm just going to click save. And now that we've got that set up, and we can see that our action is live too, we can come over here and we can switch this recipe over from draft to live, and now the automation will run on the site when a user updates any post. The next thing you want to do after you've set up your automation or recipe is test it out and see if it works. So what I've got here is I've got a demo post that I've put together right now, and I'm just going to edit that. Just change the demo post and I'm just going to update it. Now I'll head over to Slack and see if I've got that message. And here you can see in Slack I've got the notification right here to tell me that the demo post was updated by myself. So that means everything is connected and working properly. I really hope that you like this video and you now have a way to receive notifications to your phone and desktop when an action is taken on your WordPress site. Uncanny Automator is a great plugin, and I encourage you to check out all the other workflows you can create. If you like this type of content, I really recommend you check out this video next. Thanks for watching.